good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining our webinar for today. My name is Engineer Rita Fantilaga Nicodemus, and I am an industrial engineer, actually an Adamsonian. Okay, I'm currently working in Singapore from Oneberry Technologies, and I am I'm working as a senior business development. So later on, I will share more about myself. And our company is the leading provider of productivity solutions and security solutions here in Singapore. So I will share more information about that. So today, I'm going to present to you the adoption of quality principles on pandemic management. Just a little housekeeping, right, before we officially proceed with our formal presentation. If you have any questions, and for those that just joined, okay, sa mga kakasali lang po, please mute your microphone and disable your video. And you can take note your question and take note of the slide that you are referring to, slide number that you are referring to, and we will go back. Yan, para ma-clarify natin yung mga information. And then again, tulad mo, learner lang din ako. So, sama-sama natin na-explore kung paano ba natin ma-adapt ang quality principles sa ating kinakaharap na pandemya na napapanahon nga naman ngayon. Okay? Okay, so without further ado, let's start our webinar. So more or less, it will take around 1 hour. Okay, so let's start. So from Arrow 88, this is what we so-called RDL series, okay, which stands for remote and distance learning. And we have to adapt in the new norm. Okay, so about myself, right? So I'm Rita. So you can call me Rita, or some of my friends call me Rit. And for those who are actively participating in our 88 activities, you will see me in some of major events. Yan. But I'm actually based here in Singapore for the last 10 years. So I'm very passionate about the research, innovation, and technology. And I'm all out for continuous improvement. And I have a direct experience exclusively providing innovative solutions for government sectors here in Singapore. So in future webinars, I'm going to share to you how I'm going to share best practices here in Singapore. So if you want to know that, you can send us a message, or we will open a sharing session about that for free. Ayan. So, ang tawag ko naman doon, teachnology. Ayan. Teaching technology and best practices from over the globe. Ayan. So then my job is to recommend methods for improving business process, efficiency, and productivity. And ito yung pinaka-paborito ko. We innovate ideas to address some of the biggest challenges and issues in the industry, specifically in the government sector of Singapore. Yeah, so this is my designation. I'm a senior business development manager from the company Oneberry Technologies. So that's me doing a presentation of an international paper in Germany, and which won an award. And then also, I am an Arrow 88 partner and an entrepreneur as well. Okay, so I'm very passionate about research, innovation, and technology. And this year, I launched this advocate. Okay, so para sa akin, why I am here, I have this 10-year solid experience of being exposed out there in the industry. And I want to share it to those who are willing to learn and interested in innovation and technology. Ayan. And in addition, since 2013, I'm a certified Lean Six Sigma Green Belt. Yan. So I took my training and certification at National University of Singapore, and the certifying body is Neville Clark, an international certifying body. Okay. So why I'm sharing those things, so that para magkaroon kayo ng confidence na whatever I'm going to discuss is not new to me. Ayan. So, like you, then again, I'm just a learner. So, sabay-sabay nating aralin itong sitwasyon natin. right? So a little bit outline of our sharing session. So we're going to this to go through 5 key areas. Number one, quality management definition. So review lang. So to those who have a background in industrial engineering or quality management, for sure familiar kayo sa terminology na to. But then again, let's just do a review for those that who are new to this, right? And then proposed total quality management system strategies. Okay, and then we're gonna go through the IPO, so another review. Very simple, input process output model. So what is it all about? And then, paano po natin ito marerelate? Hindi lang sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay, kundi sa ating specific topic ngayon about pandemic management. And then, the 3 main continual process improvement principles, which are Kaizen, Lean Six Sigma, and Plan, Do, Check, and Act principle. Ayan. So, syempre doon sa ating quality management practitioners, alam natin na maraming tools when it comes to quality. Kaizen, Six Sigma, and PDCA and alike, right? Quality systems, quality tools, right? Pero then again, yung ating focus here is for pandemic management. So I took that time and collect what are the most applicable and relevant quality principles and elements na pwede nating i-adopt sa ating sitwasyon. Then, tulad mo, learner lang din ako. So if you have suggestion like additional tool, additional model, additional principle, or approach, feel free to share. Yan. Sharing session to. It's not a one-way street. So, natututo tayo dito. So, everything here is modeling. Because yung sitwasyon natin ay bago. So, walang existing na solution na nag-work perfectly. That's why continuous improvement is very important, right? And lastly, we're gonna go through continual process improvement model. What will be improvement efforts over time and with the moving target, 'di ba? So katulad ng na-share ko, nagbabago yung sitwasyon natin. So continuously kailangan natin i-implement yung standards. I-improve natin 'yan. And ano ba yung mga measures, efforts na kailangan natin gawin over time, 'di ba? Kasi wala pang vaccine. So over time, and may moving target. So yung target nito, ihahalin tulad natin nito sa alon, o 'di ba? Fluid siya. Kung merong mga maliliit na alon sa pagtaas o pagbaba ng ating mga cases at minsan may tsunami. Ayan. So paano natin i-prevent 'yun? Ayun nga, how are we going to flatten our curve? So a little bit disclaimer and copyright statement. Okay. And then again, whatever that we're going to share here, right, is only for educational purposes and for the purpose of what do you call it, promoting awareness on how we are going on how we can adopt quality management system for our pandemic management. Then again, COVID-19 or our current pandemic is a worldwide situation and it's currently evolving. So whatever material I'm going to provide and share to you might change kasi yun nga, nag-evolve yung ating situation. So I encourage you guys to visit these credible sources online, okay, to verify and validate other terminologies, what we're going to tackle. All right. So references lang po. Okay, so some of our definition of terms, approach, right? These are the references where I took it from. Very interesting itong bagong book yan na na-discover ko po. Hindi siya bagong book. Well, I just newly discovered this. So for those quality management practitioners and for industrial engineers and managers and executives who wants to explore their career in quality management, so this is a good book. It's a quality toolbox which consists or it will share or talk about all possible tools when it comes in quality. So maganda pong book ito. And then of course, other sources or other material come from golean6sigma.com. They are our partner in providing Lean Six Sigma training in Arrow 88. And then majority of terminologies, syempre po sa ating credible source from American Society of Quality, And then I'm a member there, and I encourage you to become a member as well. And then the rest of pandemic management related terminologies, I took it from World Health Organization and CDC. Okay, so let's continue. So now, quote about quality. Okay, quoting. Okay, re-quoting from the father of um, quality control, right? Engineer William Edwards Deming. So he shares 85% of the reasons for failure are deficiencies in the systems and process rather than the employee. The role of management is to change the process rather than badgering individuals to do better. So in any organization, kapag meron kang input, process, output in any work, in any system, at syempre babalik tayo sa topic natin, pandemic management. Sabi nga daw ni Kuya, ni Kuya Edwards, ni Kuya William Edwards, na 85% okay, na dahilan ng pag-fail ay dahil sa sistema at processes. So maliit lang talaga na contribute ng mga tao. At ang responsable dito ay ang management behind that system. So kailangan na-encourage natin yung mga management team leaders and planners na i-explore ang quality management para ma-standardize ang mga process at systems. Yan, kasi pag meron na tayong standard, parang meron na tayong gabay, kapag magkakaroon ng challenges, i-review lang natin yon at pwede nating i-improve over time. So at the end of our session, yun yung mga activities and areas na tatalakayin natin. Okay, so just a little bit of realization from that quote. And then review lang po, since that the objective is for us to identify quality management principles, i-review din natin kung ano ba yung total quality management. So sa ating total quality management, meron tayong malaking umbrella, meron tayong malaking payong. Okay? At under ng payong na yan, maraming mga tools, approach, principles, and elements na napapabilang. Kasi ito na nga yung total quality management. Hindi lang quality management, hindi lang quality systems, hindi lang Lean Six Sigma, kundi the totality on how to manage this quality principles, elements, and tools, right? Pero as per our American Society for Quality Source, these are the main elements of TQM. And over time, this might change. So titingnan natin yung history of quality management, right? Nagbabago-bago yan. Okay, kasi dati yung Kaizen, wala naman yun, di ba? Sa elements of total quality management, or hindi pa siya recognized na tool. Yung Six Sigma, yan, galing yan sa Motorola, di ba? And then from Six Sigma, naging Lean Six Sigma. Yan. So when the situation calls, all of us, we need to be creative and to come up with a new principle or model, quality management model, to address our challenge. So yan, ito rin yung ginagawa natin ngayon. Let us be open, right? So doon sa ating main elements of total quality management, so we have strategic systematic approach, continual improvement, total employee involvement, integrated system, communication, fact-based decision-making, process-centered, and customer-focused. So very layman, very generic. So paano natin ito matatranspose sa ating pandemic management? Okay, ma-achieve natin yan pa konti-konti. Alright, so another review about total quality management. Total quality management. At the end of the day, the purpose of this is for you to provide quality service, quality product for your customer and clients, right? So service quality or customer satisfaction. So this is very applicable regardless what industry you are in, whether you are providing products as goods and services. But for our topic today, pandemic management, so our government or our local government units need to provide yan, quality services and quality governance, okay, to its citizens like us. Ah? So yan. So paano natin ma-apply yung alam nating quality management na ginagamit natin sa manufacturing, yan, sa hospitality management, sa ating healthcare management, paano natin yan ma-apply sa ating governance of pandemic management. Yan po. So yan po yung ating aaralin at tatalakayin ngayong araw na ito, ngayong umaga. Right? So review lang again. TQM is any quality management that addresses all areas of an organization, emphasizes customer satisfaction, and uses continuous improvement methods and tools. Common elements of any TQM program include senior management leadership. Okay? So kaya meron tayo dyang people, ayan, will be in charge. Siyempre, yung senior management yan. So, i-relate natin yan sa ating pandemic management. So, yung ating mga pinuno sa inter-agency task force at ating mga leaders sa local government units, ayan. So, sila yung kailangan nating kapitan at magkaroon tayo ng confidence sa kanila na kaya nilang i-manage yung situation by having, yun nga, standard process and systems, and they know how to improve whenever the situation calls for it. Siyempre, may involvement din, right? Citizens involvement, napakahalaga yung kooperasyon natin. And then empowerment. So yung moral ng bawat isa ay napakahalaga. How are you going to empower aside from yung boosting their morale? Siyempre, bibigyan mo sila ng learning. I-educate mo sila para pag may nalatag na kayong system or protocol or guidelines, you will sing the same song. Ayan, so meron tayong rhythm. So without that lyrics, without that guide, mahihirapan, mangangapa tayo. So kaya ang makikita mo, more on reactive na lang, ay ganito nangyari, ganito gawin natin. Pero kung may guideline ka, at base dun sa mga data mo, magre-react yung guideline mo, mag-a-adjust, so mas alam natin kung ano yung path natin papunta sa flattening the curve. Ayan. Okay? So, customer-defined quality, napakahalaga nito, customer-defined quality. So, ano ba yung outcome, defined outcome na gusto mong mangyari para meron ka lang focus. Okay? At the end of the day, focus on customer satisfaction and in our pandemic management, ang customer ay tayong mga citizens. And a view of work as process and continuous improvement. Then again, what is a process? A little bit review. So sa ating process, okay, is a series of steps and decisions involved in any way work is completed. So every day, meron ka sigurong thousands of hundreds of processes na ginagawa every day, 24/7, okay, hanggang matulog, kakain ka, magluluto ka ng itlog, may process yan. Itlog talaga yung example, di ba? So susuot ka ng damit mo, pipili ka, papunta ka sa work, napakaraming process na kinakaharap ang isang tao araw-araw. At ano ba yung process? Right? We may not realize it, but processes are everywhere and in every aspect of our leisure and work. Okay, process management, on the other hand, is a systematic series of activities directed towards causing an end result, such that or more inputs will be acted upon to create one or more outputs. Yan. So kapag meron ka ng one or two more inputs na required at one or two more processes na required, so kailangan mo nang i-manage yung mga processes mo. So yan yung tinatawag na process management. So to explain this effectively, okay, gumamit ako ng IPO model or input-output model, which is a functional graph that identifies inputs and then what will be the process to produce that output. Okay, so example tayo dito. So we have here input-output model. So since yung topic natin ay pandemic management, so yung process lang, simpleng process lang ang example ko dito. Ang paborito ng lahat, yan, para hindi nyo makalimutan, hand washing. Okay, simple example here, hand washing. So sa hand washing, we have the input, okay, we have the process, and we have the output. So let's go through. So input sa ating system is that, sa ating process is that the input represents the flow of info, resources into process from the outside. And then process is a step that includes all tasks required to effect a transformation of the inputs. And then output are the final info and materials flowing out of the transformation. So yan. Okay, from the definition of terms. But Then, if we will relate to our example, yan, sa ating hand washing step, input dyan ay meron kang mga kamay. Siyempre, kailangan mo ng kamay. Ayan, soap and water para ikaw ay makapag-hand wash. And then, sa process, you have to carry out hand washing. And then, output, ayan, washed hands or nahugasan mo ang iyong mga kamay. So, kung tatanungin ka, right, looking here in our simple example, hand washing, satisfied ka ba sa nahugasan lang ang iyong mga kamay sa process na ito? Well, at least, the good thing is that at least alam mo yung input process output. Nalatag mo siya, na-establish mo itong model na ito. Di ba? So, may process. So, ngayon, kung hindi ka satisfied sa nahugasan lang ang iyong mga kamay, right, you need to conduct a process assessment. Okay, then again, we will go back to our example, hand washing in this case, right? Okay, tatanungin mo yung sarili mo, are you sure that you are doing the right thing? Tama ba yung paraan mo ng paghuhugas? Tama ba yung sabon na ginamit mo? Kailangan ba talaga na super linis na, na tubig? Ayan. O syempre, kailangan mo ng mga kamay, di ba? And meron ka bang tamang knowledge ng paghuhugas ng kamay? Ayan. Do you have the right resources? Were you able to achieve your goal or objective? Or, ito ang gusto kong question lagi, is there a better way to do it? Right? And then, can we do it at a lower cost and minimal effort? And then, can we improve? Right? So, eto, babalik ako dito sa question na to, no? Hindi to in general. Kasi meron tayong mga proseso na ako naniniwala ko, personal opinion, na sa kasabihang, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So sometimes meron mga processes na okay naman, tumatakbo naman ng maayos. So minsan kapag i-disturb pa natin yan, tapos we will try to improve, mas lalong magugulo. So may mga processes na ganun. So kailangan a thorough and careful assessment is very important yan and advisable. Yan. So i-assess natin yung process natin ngayon. Babalik tayo sa ating example. Okay? Na-realize ko baka hindi nyo pala nakikita yung mga text. Ayan. Right? So, I will go back to our simple example of hand washing, right? So, we have here the input. Okay. For a while. Okay. So, we have here the input, we have the process, and we have the output, right? So, we will do our process assessment right now. Do you use the recommended soap? Do you know the right method? And for our process, do you know the duration and the appropriate or advisable recommended duration for hand washing? And do you know the right method? And for our output, do you know, sorry, and for the output, do you know the duration and the right method to produce this output? Yan. So, magkakaroon tayo ng assessment. So, napakasimple lang ng process na ginamit ko dito, which is yung hand washing. Then again, depende sa inyong comfort level, you can test our IPO model in other systems. The good news is that we can improve quality management. But first, let us find out what is quality management. So, yan. So, from our process, then we identified our input process model. And in this case, our example is hand washing. And then we implemented our quality management by assessing what are needed. Ayan. And then with quality management, transform natin itong system natin or itong process natin of hand washing into an improved process of proper hand washing for 20 seconds dahil alam natin kung ano yung kailangan nating i-improve and through quality management, in-improve pa natin yan. So, ito na yung transform process natin from input with the knowledge of proper hand washing, soap, water, and hands. We will carry out our process of proper hand washing according to instruction for 20 seconds. And the output is clean and disinfected hands. Ayan. So with the right input, with the right process, you will be able to achieve your right output. So a little bit tip here, okay, if whatever, okay, paano na nagkaka-relate itong si input process, no? Kung meron dito isang may mali or isang lacking of process integrity, or syempre minsan may missing information or data, no matter how you process it correctly or rightfully, your output might be different, okay, from what you are expecting. Same as it goes sa yung pagpaprocess. Kung may mali sa yung proseso, kahit anong input ang ibuhos mo dyan, tamang input, accurate data, kung mali ang iyong pag-process, ang output mo ay maapektuhan. Ayan. So review lang, quality management has four components: quality planning, assurance, quality control, and continual improvement. So in future, depending on your interest, we're going to conduct a breakout session, more webinars about this. Yan. So you can take note, okay, kung meron kayong area of interest, pwede nating talakayin yun. Ayan. And before that, yan. So nakapag-review na tayo ng total quality management, input process output model, and then nakapag-review na rin tayo ng how are we going to transform our processes with the use of quality management, right? So I will unshare my screen first at bibisitahin ko yung ating chat group. Ayan. For a 1-minute break first. Yeah, so let's see how we go. Let's do a quick review first of your audio and video quality. Do you have any challenges in hearing me, guys?
None so far, none.
None so far. Okay, how do you find our introduction po? Kung medyo mabilis, pwede kayong mag-comment. Pero syempre, we are time constraint here. Okay, so far all good naman po. All right, all good po. And then I need your help, guys, to take note of quality management tools and principles para ma-incorporate natin sa ating model mamaya. It will be really my sincere gratitude for us to work together, to learn and work together in this. Okay, yan. Oh, wow. Thank you, my great pleasure po. Welcome po, Sir Ricky. Ay, isa po sa ating partner sa RO88. And then guys, good news ha, meron pa tayong mga free webinars. Ayan. So mamaya tatalakayin natin yan. Okay, and I will reshare my slide again. I'll go back. So now, doon sa ating quality management, process modeling, and then ano ba relevance nito sa pandemic management natin? So akala natin sa manufacturing lang natin to nakikita, sa warehouse management, sa logistics, 'di ba? Sa healthcare management. Pero whenever there is an input, process, and output, we can implement quality management system. Ayan, don't get overwhelmed with our model here. I will do my best to explain. Right? So, okay, about this diagram shows how total quality management principles and tools can address all areas of pandemic management. Guys, maganda yon, all areas. Okay? As long as alam natin input, process, output, mai-improve natin yan through quality management. So, standardize, improve. Emphasizes on citizens' satisfaction and enhancing our healthcare system. Okay, so for those planners, managers, and executives we have here in our classroom, you can use this diagram to see diverse roles, approach, and processes in pandemic management, understand the different areas of standardization and improvement. Very important. You can't improve something that you have not yet standardized. So standardization is a prerequisite for this. Easily share and collaborate with others, process owners, and then deliver information for better decision-making process used by managers, planners, and policymakers. Then again, my disclaimer here. Okay, this is a mini industrial research study and in an ideation stage. So then again, our situation is emerging, and I am very open to further study and suggestions and inputs. Okay, right. So now, kanina meron tayong simple na input, process, and then output, right? Okay, hand washing lang yon. Pero when we are dealing with more processes, hindi na mag-a-apply halos yung simple linear na input process output lang. Kailangan mo na mag-explore ng ibang tools or quality principles or methodologies para ma-achieve mo yung desired outputs mo. So then again, this is just an overview. If you are a planner, policymaker, and manager, you always need to have a bird's eye view in everything, overview, what you want to achieve. Without that, para ka lang nangangapa ng karayom sa talahiban. Gusto mo tong mangyari pero hindi mo alam. So this model of complex input process output for complex processes and system might help you. Okay, then again, if you have further suggestions, do let me know. But according to our references, this is the best model that what we can come up with, right? So we have our input here. Syempre, ang input natin, either ito yung mga sources ng ating problem sa ating pandemic management, how are we going to process that, and ano yung desired output natin. So, lagi natin flatten the curve, flatten the curve. How are we going to do that, right? So let's go through first each parts of our input process model for complex processes, right? So we have our input here, and in our process, it consists of process enablers, okay? Ito yung mga individual. Without them, paano mapupush yun? May plano ka lang. Kailangan mo ng pusher. Yan, ito yung ating mga process enabler. May plano ka, ang ganda, sinulat mo, may standard ka. Okay, ito yung tamang pagbibigay ng ayuda, so on and so forth. Wala ka namang pusher. May hirapan din ma-achieve ang output na kailangan mo. Di ba? And then process control. Kailangan mayroong external body na mag-audit ng iyong mga processes and how you are able to execute it. Without that, wala kang standard. Hindi mo ma-achieve yung output mo. Paiba-iba. Iba yung output mo sa area na to, iba yung output mo sa kabilang area. Di ba? So, kailangan natin ng process control. And then this is where we're going to focus on the mega processes, okay, processes. It consists of, ayan, nakikita niyo yung maliit na triangle dyan. Oh, ayan. The heart of our process is basically the total quality management. Marami pa yung mga sub-processes na i-discuss natin later on. So sa ating process, we have our activities, improvements, process rules, work instructions, procedures, and metrics. So depende sa area, okay, na iyong i-address, itong mga elements na ito ay magbabago-bago. So depende yan. So for our future sharing session, very specific na nating tatalakayin yan. And then at the end of the day, you want to achieve your desired outputs. Yan lang naman ang gusto natin. Okay. Mahirap pero hindi imposible. Yan, nagkakaroon na ng kulay ang ating model. So ngayon, dadagdagan natin ng excitement yan. So meron tayong input, process, and output. Diba, over time. Applicable yan kung meron ka lang linear or one way lang yung gusto mong ma-achieve. Simple lang, hand washing. Diba? Tapos hand washing na siguro sa isang araw, tapos na. Okay? At the end of the day, sa ating pandemic management, wala pang bakuna, walang vaccine, walang immunization. So, kailangan natin ulit-ulitin to, ulit, over time, hanggang post-pandemic. Ganun po katrabaho ito kung gusto natin ma-flatten talaga yung curve. Yan, at the end of the day, kailangan klaro po at malinaw sa lahat yung kanilang mga goals. And that is to control the spread, minimize serious illnesses, minimize overall deaths, and maximize recoveries. So if you have any other goals that you want to incorporate, do let me know. At ito po, lalagyan pa natin yan ng another challenge at a minimal social and economic impact. Okay, sige, i-control mo yung spread. Nawala naman tayo ng pondo. Mahal naman yung approach na sinuggest, na ina-implement. So with this process, with this pandemic management model, may ensure natin na minimal yung social impact at minimal yung economic impact, but we were able to achieve yung mga goals natin. O, di ba? Ayan, so may makikita kayo diyang red na cycle. So mamaya, i-share ko yan kung ano ba yan. Yung mga iba pang elements na habang continuously improve mo yung process management mo, may mga tools kang pwedeng gamitin dyan. Okay, timeline naman, right? We have our moving target over time dahil nga fluid ang ating cases, right? So it's a moving target. Tataas, bababa, medyo walang masyadong pagbabago, pero it's too early for us to tell kung pababa over time sa ating management, we have actually 550. Okay, tandaan lang natin dito na we are currently a pandemic worldwide, right? Whereby there is a widespread human infection happening right now. And it is too early for us to say if we are in this time already, which is a post-peak. Alright? And then, syempre, kapag nagkaroon na ng immunization or vaccination, pwede na nating masabi na nasa post-pandemic na tayo. Okay? Be careful of the post-peak. And then, kapag i-lift na natin ang ating quarantine, right? Kasi there will be a possible recurrent events. Okay? Possible na magkaroon tayo ng surge again. So, let's prepare for that. Okay? So, itong ating timeline, na-discuss na yan. Okay, so sa ating desired outcomes, at the end of the day, we want to flatten our curve, right? With an ultimate goal of control the spread, minimize serious illnesses, okay? So pag na-minimize mo na yan, pwede mo nang i-review kung gusto mo ma-eliminate yan. Totally wala nang magkakasakit o wala nang mapupunta sa critical condition. Possible yan. Pero at this point, wag nating, ano ba yun? Wag natin masyadong taasan yung expectation natin sa output natin. First of all, we need to standardize first and start with something. Okay? Next, minimize overall deaths. And then the perfect scenario here is to eliminate death. So wala na talagang mamamatay. Yeah? Kumbaga, na-accommodate na ng ating hospitals yung mga incoming patients and then maganda yung ating treatment at para ma-eliminate yung deaths. And then again, maximize recoveries. Yeah, so marami yung gumaling. Perfect scenario dyan ay maraming gumaling na kahit nasa bahay lang sila. Diba? Ang ganda nun. Yan. Right. So kanina may sinasabi ako yung red, 'di ba? Kanina very late lang siya. So habang nire-review natin yung input process, output natin, overtime, kailangan natin i-adopt yung continual process improvement. Kasi hindi naman all the time, okay? Hindi naman all the time ay matatapos yung ating yung ating journey. Kasi wala pang ang bakuna, wala pang immunization, diba? So, ngayon, meron tayong 3 main continual process improvement na pwede i-adopt. Okay? Then again, ito na yung sa tingin ko, ayan, sa base sa aking model dito, ito na yung mega concept na pwede nating i-adopt, which are Kaizen, Lean Six Sigma, and Plan, Do, Check, and Act. So, which means habang ginagawa mo itong input, process, output over time, kailangan mo i-implement yung Kaizen, Lean Six Sigma, and PDCA kung hindi mo na-achieve yung output mo. Okay? So magkakaroon tayo ng breakout session about that. So guys, for those that are new to these terminologies, please bear with us. We're going to have a different breakout session just specifically for Kaizen, okay? Kaizen, Lean Six Sigma, and PDCA. Ayan. Kakaroon tayo ng breakout session. So for the meantime, please take note of that. Okay, please take note of that first. So sa ating quality concepts and principles, ito kanina, di ba? Yung meron tayong input, meron tayong process, and meron tayong itong process itself na may mega processes. So, meron pa yung mga underlying tools, okay, and sub-processes na kailangan. So, which is, ayan, okay, dito napapaloob. Okay? So, meron yung mga support system. Nakikita ninyo para tumakbo yan. Kasi, without that guideline, mahirapan tayong i-establish ang ating process. Right? So, this is the wheel model. So, this is the wheel model that I came up with. Right? For us to support the total quality management through continuous improvement or continual process improvement concept of Kaizen, Lean Six Sigma, and PDCA. These are the support quality principles, okay, and elements that we need to incorporate. Number one, quality systems, okay? Quality systems. Next is quality tools. Next is quality improvement. Then quality control. And then benchmarking. Ayan, favorite ko yung benchmarking. I will share you why later on. Pinaka ano yan, pinaka tipid, pinaka time saving yung benchmarking. Yan. So quality systems, isa-isahin natin ngayon yung ating wheel, o di ba? Sana mukha siyang wheel. Okay, mukhang wheel naman. So sinakto ko talagang 5 yan kasi 5 yung support ano dito sa wheel natin. 'Di ba? Bakit wheel muna? Kasi syempre we have a moving target tapos cyclical siya, 'di ba? May cycle. So paulit-ulit Kaizen, then Six Sigma, PDCA, paulit-ulit natin gagawin depende sa process na iyong ina-address. And then ano yung mga quality concepts and principles na i-adopt. Okay, bear in mind na hindi sa lahat ng pagkakataon applicable itong 5, okay? Depende yon sa kung ano ang ina-address mong process. Okay guys, process. So example natin kanina, hand washing. So mamaya sa sharing session natin, ilista nyo naman. Okay, lista nyo na kung ano yung process sa pandemic management ang gusto mong i-address. Tapos yun yung gagawin nating case study. O, di ba? Winner yon, bongga yon. Okay, continue tayo. Right? So sa ating quality management system, sa ating quality systems, bakit ito yung pinakamahalaga, unang-unang quality management principle na kailangan natin sa ating pandemic management support, right? Kasi ito yung mga work instructions, procedures, SOP, documented process flow, 'di ba? So example natin, hand washing, 'di ba? Kung wala kang user manual, mahirapan ka, hindi mo ma-assure na susundin ng lahat ng 120 million population ang proper hand washing. Kung wala kang common guide, okay, at reference material sa iyong mga citizens, yan, and process owners, di ba? So how are we going to implement this? Well, we have existing quality principles or quality methods like implementation of ISO and other QMS standard, national strategy, quality system yan. Kumbaga, bilang bansang Pilipinas at sa ating governance, ano ang national na ating strategiya na sa lahat, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, ito ang ating guideline kapag meron tayong general quarantine o kung nasa enhanced quarantine tayo, 'di ba? At kung nasa total lockdown tayo. Kasi at this point, wala pa rin tayong idea kung anong mangyayari kapag total lockdown. Tama, mali, 'di ba? So, wala ko po dito binabatikos, no? Nandito tayo to contribute, 'di ba? Na ma-realize natin kung ano ang kailangan. Okay, kailangan niya national strategy para mag-drive out yung fear. Ayan, kasi facts fight fear, 'di ba? Kung alam natin yung factual method at mga impormasyon, hindi tayo matatakot, hindi tayo mangangamba, 'di ba? Then next is risk management. So next topic po natin, next webinar natin in coming 2 weeks is yung rapid risk assessment. So napakahalaga yan. So ay tatakal ko rin po yung risk management and then pandemic management. Yan. Okay, napaka-overview lang to. Medyo matagal to kung tatalakayin natin isa-isa. Next naman na ating principle ay quality tools. So itong quality tools, how are we going to organize, set in order our processes, ideas, brainstorming, yan yung mga ginagamit natin. And what quality tools are we going to adopt? So quality tools example po yan, fishbone diagram, root cause analysis, Pareto diagram, yan. So meron yung traditional quality tools and new quality tools and other related quality tools. Kaya kailangan natin yun to represent our data, to organize our thoughts, okay, our solutions, ayan, and to set in order yung ating input, process, and then output. And next is quality improvement. So kung meron ka ng standard, meron ka ng representation of data, nalatag mo na ang iyong IPO model, input process output model, you want to improve, right? Say for example, ano ba yung mga kailangan natin i-improve sa pandemic management? Ang dami, di ba? So, ilista nyo lang dyan. So, say for example, ensure food distribution to our community. Di ba? Paano natin masusustain at may improve po yun? So, kailangan muna nila iset yung standard, kailangan muna nilang i-represent yun, di ba? Into a proper input process output model, and then we are going to sustain and improve it. How? How? Okay, through Lean Six Sigma. Okay? Or Kaizen. So makikita mo may Lean Six Sigma ka dito, may Lean Six Sigma ka rin dito. Ito po yung sub-principle. Pero syempre, overall in anything, Lean Six Sigma is applicable for everything. As long as there is work and as long as there is process, Lean Six Sigma is applicable for everything. Right? And then next is ating quality control. Okay, this will talk about the value and the metrics. So say for example, uy, na-achieve mo ba, napapababa mo ba yung mga cases? Okay, so yan. So paano mo yan may implement? Ito, with the help of charts, graphs, and statistical data. So for industrial engineers out there and quality management practitioners, ito yung tinatawag natin na statistical process control. So ito yan, quality control na element siya papasok. And then lastly, my favorite is the benchmarking. Bakit nilagay ko dito last? Last pero gusto kong unahin to lagi. Benchmarking, ano ba yung tinatawag na benchmarking? Ito yung pagko-compare natin. So hindi naman masamang mangopya, di ba? Pero syempre, wala tayo talagang makokopya na eksakto na pwede nating i-implement agad sa Pilipinas. Alam niyo po kung bakit? Dahil iba ang kultura, iba ang gobyerno, iba ang weather, 'di ba? Iba ang mindset ng tao. So okay lang na mag-benchmark, pero kapag i-adapt natin 'yon, kailangan natin i-review yung reception kung paano tatanggapin 'yon ng ating process, sistema, management, and process enablers. 'Yon. So say for example, babalik tayo sa simple example natin, hand washing. O paano ba maghugas ng kamay yung taga-Africa? Paano ba maghugas ng kamay? Paano ba yung ginagawang practice sa dito, sa bansang Singapore? Or paano ba ang paghuhugas doon sa Amerika? Bakit ang taas ng case nila? Bakit sabi hand washing yung most effective way? Pero bakit ang taas ng case? Or sa Italy, paano ba? Okay? Tapos sa New Zealand, uy, na-lift na nila yung quarantine nila, di ba? So ano ba yung mga ginawa nila? Di ba? So yung i-compare natin. Tapos ngayon, i-assess natin, applicable ba yun sa bansa natin? Very important po yun. Yan. So yan, benchmarking, we will have another breakout session. Bawat isa dito. Ayan, so medyo matatagalan yan kasi we will go through actual case studies and then actual and specific discussion. All right. Ayan. So yan na-define natin ang ating will. Okay, ang ating will model with 5 elements, main total quality elements and principles with our input, process, output model. All right? So, review lang natin if we are able to achieve yung purpose ko ng sharing session ngayon, no? Na ma-explain sa inyo na itong quality principles through TQM ay maa-adapt natin itong mga principles na to sa ating pandemic management. So, pwede ba? Pwede ba? Parang pwede naman, no? So, syempre, wag nating kakalimutan as during our journey, pandemic management journey, we need to continuously improve and assess using this concept of Kaizen, quality concept of Kaizen, Lean Six Sigma, and PDCA. Plan, do, check, and act. So, okay, itetest po natin yan. Halimbawa, may process ka pero kailangan mo lang PDCA. Right? Hindi mo na kailangan mag-Lean Six Sigma. Tapos kailangan mo lang benchmarking at saka quality systems. Pwede yon. Kung ma-achieve naman yung output mo, why not? Okay, implement mo, i-dry run mo, kung na-achieve yung output mo, pwede mo nang hindi i-review tong iba. So this is just a general guideline para wala kang ma-miss. Kasi minsan meron tayong mga problem statement na ano kayang quality tool yung kailangan kong gawin dito para ma-address ko tong challenge na to, di ba? At least ito will serve you as a guide. Yan. Nandyan na yan. So, pero then again, kung meron kayong mga suggestion, you let me know. Okay, these total quality management principles can be put into place by any organization to more effectively implement total quality management. And then yan, patapos na tayo. Yay, we're just in time. So ngayon, ayan, may wheel tayo kanina. Dadagdagan ko pa yan ng slide model. Hindi lang yung slide natin, isang pababa o maakyat pa, 'di ba? So ito yung concept ko, no? Yung parang nahahalin tulad ko yung ating journey, okay, sa pandemic management. Kasi sa atin overview for planners, managers, kailangan natin ihalin tulad itong pag-visualization dito sa pandemic management natin, no, into something. So in here, I use the slide model. So this is a concept para makita natin kung paano natin ma-implement itong quality management natin or continual process improvement model for pandemic management. Dahil wala pa nga tayong cure, ayan, parang nasa slide tayo na tataas, bababa. Ayan, hanggat wala pang cure. Okay? We will only stop the process of this once the cure or vaccination is out. So, till then, katulad nito yan, yung slide model natin. So, meron tayong peak of pandemic. Right now, too early kung napagdaanan na natin peak. Okay, yung peak, yun na yung pinakamataas. Okay, may tataas pa ba? Sa tingin ko wala na kasi press na yan lahat. Gagawin na lahat ng ating management or ng ating gobyerno, lahat ng yan, mga desperate moves. Ayan, para mapababa yun. Ayan, at kung ma-lift natin ang ating quarantine, please prepare for a probable surge due to unforeseen circumstances. Ayan, and then hanggang sa yan, may vaccine na, lumabas na, papasok na tayo sa post-pandemic hanggang sa tuluyan na nga tayong katapos dito sa journey na ito. Yan po yung ating wheel and slide model. So the benefits na makukuha natin sa ating quality management ay number one, ma-adapt natin ang culture ng continual improvement para sa ating products and services, okay, sa pandemic management. Second, madali na yung makaka-adapt sa new norm kasi kung meron ka ng sistema, di ba, kahit saang direction yan ng iyong slide, tataas, bababa, madali mo lang ma-adapt kasi meron ka ng process, documented processes na pwede mo lang i-review at i-revise. Di ba? And then, magiging agile tayo. Quick to act. Kasi meron tayong reference. Di ba? May guided reference tayo. And then, reduce micromanagement. So, ngayon, di ba, hindi mo alam kung ano yung quality ng isang barangay, sa isang munisipalidad. So, ngayon, pag meron kayong guided, documented procedure, hindi mo na sila kailangan i-check kasi na-expect mo na sila na susundin lang nila yon. Diba? And then again, ito gusto ko to, maibabalik ang trust and confidence sa leadership and governance. We can break down barriers and miscommunication, katulad din sa pagbibigay ng social amelioration, assistance, diba? Ang daming confusions doon. Diba? Kung na-implement lang sana yung ating quality management system, baka siguro satisfied talaga lahat ng citizens. Ayan, yung mga taxpayers and non-taxpayers, business owners, and other process owners. Right? And then again, may enhance yung skills ng ating citizens kasi syempre, aware sila sa kung ano yung dapat nilang gawin. And then we can achieve our national security. And ultimately, we are going to flatten the curve. Garantisado po yan. Okay, so I have 4 minutes left, but I will try to explain this. How to deal with pandemic complex processes. Where we can start. Di ba complex siya? Ang daming areas eh. Minsan hindi natin alam kung saan tayo magsisimula. Okay? So, I use the model of iceberg. At the end of the day, yung pain points naman natin is yung mga kaso. 'Di ba? Yung deaths and confirmed cases. At itong mga deaths and confirmed cases came from tested individuals, 'di ba? So meron pa tayong mas malaking portion, okay, na for testing na hindi pa nare-reveal to us. So ito yung mga areas na kailangan nating tingnan. Number one, kailangan natin i-address, atakihin natin yung most critical, yung area na kung saan may mataas ang risk ng infection. Number one, yan yung mga naka-close contact ng mga nakumpirmadong kaso. Doon ka na mag-review. Ano yung mga measures na kailangan mo ma-implement para nga ma-achieve natin yung output. Then ito, yung another breeding ground natin, source ng ating emerging cases, those individuals who are exposed in healthcare settings. Di ba? Atakihin natin to agad. At ayun na nga, kapag babalik na tayo in August and in September, babalik na yung school, we have time. We need to spend this time in designing our quality management system for pandemic management for our community, school, household, and workplace. Ayan. And then lastly, yan, dahil restricted naman ang ating mga traveling, so nilagay ko to sa pinakababa, ang travel-related activities. But then again, lahat to, importante. Ayan, kasi hindi nga natin nakikita yung virus, pero makikita natin ang virus through data. So meron na naman tayong ibang webinar tungkol dyan kung interested kayo, just sign up with us for future webinars. Okay, more details will be discussed on our next webinar with the topic rapid risk assessment. Pero this will be in the next Saturday. Next Saturday siya. Kasi next Saturday, ang ating topic ay Lean Six Sigma White Belt. Ayan. So for those individuals who wants to explore their career in continual process improvement, so please sign up for our White Belt Six Sigma training. Ayan. I will give sample case study for manufacturing, warehouse, and security and technology. Right. So I want to encourage everyone to think of this campaign whenever you're going to attend a webinar with us. So keep calm. Ayan, be blessed because you are alive and learning. O, di ba? Alive and learning. So let's caption that. Alive and learning. So we're glad, and I'm glad today that I am your learning partner for today. Okay, so then again, thank you for your time. And it's your Ritz, it's your engineer Rita at your service, your partner in your learning journey.